Hey guys, welcome to a new series of Ostriv. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. This is a new game that the developer has, who is a single guy, I must hasten to add, has gifted me, so I could actually bring it to you guys. So we are going to, a few people have actually already started doing a few episodes of this. I know Biffa did one a while ago, but there's a lot of new content that's on show now, and we're into the alpha stage, so we're getting closer and closer to the final release. So really looking forward to playing this. So that loaded very quickly. Let me just pause this for a second. Let's chuck it there. Right, okay. I chose this map because I quite like the way the river looked. So we've got all this space around us to work with. We have got 9 families, and we have got some resources at the moment. Water, which is coming out this well, so that will continually grow. We've got 100 wood, 12 thatch, 9 iron, and 1600 nails. Now, we need to get things built up first so that we can actually continue building in the game. So we should have enough resources. I'm just going to quick flick through these to build forestry. That's what I was looking at. Now, I love the fact that you can rotate the buildings. You're not restricted to a 90-degree rotation. So I think that is absolutely brilliant. So let's go and put this one down right near these woods, so they don't have to go too far. We'll start playing it again, just so that people will actually start going to build it. So basically, we've got, as I say, we've got 9 families. We need to build up 9 houses for each of these families. Otherwise, come winter, they will leave if there isn't anything there. So we need to get this, what's it called again? This forester built. It's got a number of stages through the build. So this first section is laying all the foundations and the struts going across, etc. So it's quite interesting to watch that as it works its way across. They're currently waiting for wood and nails, so for that first phase, that's what they're waiting for. So we'll watch that in a moment. So actually, let's just go a bit closer. So they're slowly delivering the carts. There's 3 of them actually working on here, and there we go. He's starting to deliver those. So the nails have gone down slightly, the wood has gone down slightly, and it's just jumped into the storage, which means they'll then have the resources to actually start working on it. So we've now actually got 5 workers on their way to continually build it. So we'll leave them for a moment. Next thing we need to do is, we've got a forester. We're going to need, what was it? A clay pit, so that we've actually got some clay for building. Now, I personally think clay pits should really be near water. I'm probably totally wrong, because at the end of the day they'll just continually building down. But then saying that, I'm looking at this map thinking the water is the main feature of this. I don't really want to put a clay pit down somewhere that's not going to be in a beautiful area. So let's just drop it down here. There's no resources required for that. It's just digging a hole in the ground. So there we go. As you can hear the guys banging away, they're putting each of these foundation piles in, as it were, so that they can then start building on it. If we click back on here, so we've started to work our way through. So we're still waiting for 4 wood, but these builders will create the membranes, the struts going across each of these in a moment as well, I believe, and they will bang in every single one of those nails. So it'd be quite interesting. Oops. Right, that's as close as I can get to it. There we go. There's only 1 worker on it. Dear me, that might be because they're doing something else. Right, we need to get building. What else do we need to get building? We need a thatchery. Where are you? Because we need thatches or thatch for the roofs. There it is. Couldn't see for looking. Now this needs to be placed somewhere close by to the water because they'll actually collect reeds. So these reeds growing down along the side here. Ignore the building being used as a marker. He goes out to collect those. So let's just drop you there. So he'll collect those and turn it into thatch. So that'll be good. So that's 3 of the things that we need to build quite quickly. And what's the 4th one? The 4th one is going to be a smithy, I think. So makes nails, horseshoes and metals. So wood, nail and clay. Right. That's the next one we really want to have. Have I selected the right one? Smithy. Yeah, smithy. And as we're going to be quite close to this wood worker here, let's have a look at what this looks like. Okay, a bit of windows at the back, but predominantly that's where all the action is going to happen. So let's drop you there, and then we can actually watch everything getting built. Now, in the top right hand corner, you've got a little progress bar on each of those and the order. You can actually move them around, and you can pause things and get things higher priority. So there we go. We're up to, where are we? It looks like we're awaiting a forward before we start jumping onto the next level. I think floors are going in, so that's this section here. Let's speed this up a bit. Okay, so we've now going on to the wall struts. Then they'll fill it in, and then they'll do the roof, and then it'll be operational. Let's just get ourselves a little better positioned. Sorry, I can't get used to these controls. There we go. Actually, the shadows from the trees are making it difficult to see exactly where the struts are, the uprights. So hopefully that will now give us some sort of nice view. There we go. So the building out here for another section of the building. I've only ever seen them pile wood down here after they've actually cut it. So there we go. We need to get a couple of workers in there. We need 2 at least. We can adjust the focus on what they build or what they store. So there's the production limits. So we can basically say, right, okay, we want you to kind of get on and build us logs. Oh, actually, do you know what? Wood is a priority, is to turn it into usable timber. So that's kind of what we want to do. Perfect. Right, let's go to the thatchery. So that's slowly building up. We are at, oh wow, okay, so that's been done quickly. Just waiting for 10 wood and 22 nails. They should, there we go. That's all delivered. So we should have some labourers on the way. Excellent. And I've requested a bit more wood. There we go. So it's got everything. They should be able to get on and build that. There we go. Let's put a single individual into that. There we go. Oops. Right, okay. So we're now making the smithy. So that's the last thing that we've got. I'm not entirely sure what that is. That looks maybe that it's the chimney that needs to be built, or the foundry. Oh, we get too close. We have the sound effects that go a little bit mad on the hammering. That will probably get better over time. Or, ooh, what are they doing now? Okay, maybe it's the type of render they're actually using, because I can't really tell. It certainly takes a lot more work to do this. So building these sides here. So they must be using clay for that. That's interesting. Okay, I like that. Wow. And we're off again. So they have a clay section at the bottom, and then the rest of it's wooden panels. See how quickly those panels went up opposed to those clay sections. Now, each of these buildings, as the worker makes his way to wherever he's going, paths, I think, are created based on... oops, there we go. Oh, he's got upstairs done quickly as well. Right, let's put one worker in there. Hang on. Have I actually allocated anyone to work here? Nope, I don't need to. That's okay then. Yeah, so that got built very quickly. That upstairs. So we've now got our four, should I say, primary requirements for building. Now we've got these 9 houses that we need to actually get set up. So we need to now start building those. So now we were saying before about these. Let's put it so they've got a nice view onto the to the river. Everything on here snaps, so we can actually have our fencing snap, and we can then rotate our houses and get those positioned however we would like them. So we get that back there, we can actually start following the line of the river to a degree. Let's do that one. And nope, that way around. So that's 3 houses, and we can continue going round. So it's got 4 houses there, all backing onto the river very nicely. Okay, right. And 5th. Okay. So we can then pop a few more houses down here and have those looking down at the river. Space is occupied. There we go. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oops. 8. And our final 9th house. And perfect. Drop them there. Right, okay, so we've got 9 houses being built. So we wouldn't have had enough resources to build these houses if we hadn't built these first. So if we look here, at the moment we've got 25 thatch. So we could probably add a couple more workers, but oops. Apparently they're not coming to work. Right. Okay, so there's our first house. Right, water is coming through, which is nice. We've got 5 iron. That's getting turned into nails, which is fine. So that must be what's stored, and that's what's waiting to be picked up. Now, for every house that is built, we have a family that moves into it and also takes some food with them. And these tents here, they then close. Basically, the family moves out of the tents and into the house. So that's what will happen here. So this area will just close up. So what's this? That's a camp centre, so that's where the mayor is. Camp storage, so that's where all these resources are kept. That's our water. Campfire, bench. These people looking for homes, and we've got a camp cart parking, which is quite interesting. Yeah, but okay. So how are we doing for resources? We've got loads of wood, which is good. Firewood we've not got too much of, but we'll only start needing that once the actual houses are all occupied. That'll become more prevalent or requirement. So I'm actually going to increase that now because I've got plenty of wood for each of these, but I just don't have the labourers to do it at the moment. So even the houses have a path to and fro from this town centre, and they will create their own paths. That's not something you have to do directly yourself. Alright, so this is probably taking the longest bit to actually get the clay and have that delivered. Seeing as that is one of the longest parts of the actual build, is to actually create the clay walls. So that's quite nice. And our little guy doing all this thatching. So how are we doing on thatch? We've got 29. How many do I actually need for each? Doesn't tell me. What does it tell me? There we go, 3 thatch. Alright, so we've got probably, how much have we got now? We've got 30. So we've got enough for 10 houses now. So after they have built another couple of houses, we'll actually take worker out of there. We don't need to have people working if they're building up stocks when we don't necessarily need it that much. Nails. So he's got plenty of iron. That's good. So now, I don't know whether you've noticed or not, but the actual sounds, they're very, very subdued. So it's a case of, looks like it's got a garage there. Oh dear me. Seriously, that does actually look like it's a garage. I like that. And it's even wider here where they're working, so that's interesting. Yeah, so we're now... there we go. So this tells us what we've got. So we've got 9 families in total. We've got a few people looking for jobs. Tells us men and women, etc. And also tells us what migration requirements are there. So we've got no market and we've got no housing available, and but jobs are available. So it's a case of we need to build a market in the middle. Now, as things are slowly progressing, we can actually do that. What do I want? What do I want? I want a market. I want a market. Is it there? No, is it trade in there? No, it's in the trade. Perfect. It's a market stall, so we can actually build a market stall now. And let's see if I can see what it looks like. There we go. So it's got that's the front of it. Do we want it in the middle, or should we have it on the edge? Let's pop it on the edge there. Perfect. So what will happen is, instead of like other games where you build up all your resources, put everything into a central storage location, you can sometimes sell that through trade, but any of your immediate villages will be able to take those resources. Whereas on this game, it's a case of each village house, they pay rent, which goes into your into the actual town's coffers, and also food when it actually has food. If we pop in a few different things, egg, yeah, and what else do we want? Maybe oil. There we go. Let's add a worker there. They will actually buy foods from the market. Now, obviously, there's only 4 things that we can actually put in this specific one, so there must be other options. So we have trading post. Maybe that is what allows us to trade. Yeah, we trade with other cities, but also it should give us a greater variety of things that we can actually trade with. So we've got 6 houses left to go. We are in August, so that's got to be the priority. We have to get these built. So I'm going to let people go out of here so they can focus on the job at hand. Wood. How much wood do we need for each house? It's 50 wood. Oh, wow, that much. Okay. In that case, you can carry on doing what you're doing. I won't let any of you go. Thatches, we've got 23. Okay, no, I'll leave that as it is for the time being. Yes, so there's another house built. And does that look like it's got a garage? Yes, it does. Let's have a look at what it looks like from behind. It does look funny, that. But at least the houses are not all the same, which is nice. They back onto the beautiful river. Very, very murky and green, but hey ho. Got a nice little forest here. I wonder, are trees automatically replanted? Because do you know what? They're going through trees like nobody's business, and nothing's growing. So maybe that wasn't the best place to actually build that. Maybe I have to move it over here. So it's got all these trees to work on. Yeah, probably. So let's have a look. That's our. Let's have a look at the size of the actual map. So if we zoom out, okay, so we're heading down. So that's got, there we go, there's our red line. So that's the edge of our area that we can build. So that red line goes all the way across. Where's it going? Oop, there we go. Up to this point here. And then over. I can see it there. Okay, so it's roughly here. And then, oh, dear me. It's got to be somewhere here. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. So we have got a lot of space to work with. And you can see how all these roads are now being built. Well, just by purely from the people walking on them. Which is good. Really good. Right. So we've got 5 houses. We're into September. We need to speed this up a little bit, I think. I don't want to give them anything else to build at this moment in time because this is the start we need to have so that we can maintain all our families. So we've got 5 houses left. So have we got a problem with anything? No, we have not. That's good. 4 houses left, which is looking really good. So we've got plenty of people. Housing, not enough food for sale. Does that actually resource supply? Worker by carts. Right. Okay, I think. I think that automatically does it. Don't know. That's looking quite pretty there. That row of houses and these fences, the way they snap. Now you can actually disable that in the options, but I quite like it. The fact that it's I quite like it because it's closing off the areas, and it just makes it a little bit more, you know, in sync. I mean, look at that. That just looks lovely. That does. I do like that. Okay, so we've got our 4 houses left. I do think we're going to have to build a second wood over here somewhere. I wonder whether if we can build it on the edge, whether it will actually. Let's go this way. So this one here is the last in our area, and that's all in there. Okay. Ah, no, there it is. So that goes up to here. But it's not, interestingly, it's not shown it as a forest over here. Whereas if we go to that one, that's clearly a forest. And that's clearly forest. But that is not. So maybe it's a case of if I build my forester right next to a forest, that's defined as forest, it might replant. I don't know. Don't know. We'll work that one out shortly. Right, so we've got three houses left. One's nearly at finishing point. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's just literally Come on, what are you doing? You've got your walls, you just need your thatch. Come on, it's only 3 thatch. What are you doing? Is that my thatch? That's my thatch. That's my thatch. That's my thatch. Let's go and have a look at this house as it gets finished. 3 thatch. Right, now I'm going to be waiting for a worker, aren't I? Yeah, there we go. Oop. Very nice indeed. So what's that? That's another family. Oh, they're unemployed. Okay, so we need to make sure people have got jobs. Because if they haven't got jobs, then they're not earning money. So we've got a wealth of 18.2. Well, that family has. Okay, so here the father is a constructor, so he's actually bringing some money in, and we've got some daughters. We've got a daughter there, another daughter, I hope they're not all daughters. I was watching one last midnight when he did his banish challenge. He just had a load of boys in his game, and he didn't have any girls. So if I have the opposite, I will not be building up my my village effectively at all. But one thing they do say on this game is you've got to concentrate on migration. So people will come to your village, but you just need to make sure you have everything there for them, which includes work. So that's one thing we need to get sorted as well. So we've got 2 houses left. Okay, so that's good. I'm kind of thinking ahead now. We are in November. Do we build a farm and start getting that ready? Because that, I'm sure that will take a while. So that should be able to sit there quite nicely. So we'll pop him there. What do we need for that farm? Ooh, 82 wood, a load of nails, clay and thatch. Yeah, we should be okay for that. You can see what that looks like in due time. Okay. I do love the detail of this. I mean, I can't get a bit closer to, which is a bit of a shame. But I think those that are unemployed generally sit here. They're not doing anything else. Don't know. Maybe they're just getting warm because they haven't got a house. Oh, no, come on, no, family is moving out because it's too cold and they don't live in a tent. Oh, dear me. I missed that, didn't I? I didn't get there quick enough. Oh dear, what a shame. I lost one family. Right, okay. Well, I think as we've now got this beautiful scenery of white everywhere, and I have a feeling as well that our water is actually now frozen as well, which means if we had fishermen, they wouldn't be able to fish. I think we'll call it a day here. Thank you very much for watching, and the next time we'll start looking at getting this farmhouse set up with the actual fields, etc. So hopefully next year we can start growing our own food, and hopefully they are still purchasing from there. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe, and until next time, that's Murphy out.